Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. If you're just joining us now, I'm your host, Rich. I am joined by Ravage. We just watched Eager take 2 games away from Epsilon. They looked pretty strong there. They're definitely a team to watch out for in the league. But moving forward, we have one more match tonight, and that match is about to start. We're actually trying to figure out, I just jumped in right now, their teams might already be built. We might have already missed pick spans. Oh, they're built what was off of Monday. That's correct. This is a match that got a little bit messed up Monday. There were some technical difficulties, so we already saw the pick spans, and we'll actually jump into game right now then.
Okay, yeah. Interesting matchups here right off the hop here, Rich. If you look at Shock being picked up from Candyman, it's going to be dueling off against Uzi with the Jingchen. We've seen Jingchen picked up now. This is 3 games tonight that we've seen that. But Shock formidable in his own right with the Bluestone.
Yeah, I mean, right off the bat, Aware kind of has their work cut out for them just because of how well Elevate has been playing. Elevate, of course, being the champions from NOLA and looking dominant so far. We've only seen them play Juice so far, but they did split with Juice, another formidable team.
Yeah, I think Weir showed flashes of brilliance versus XGN yesterday. So it'd be interesting to see if they can capitalize on the brilliance that they've shown there, those flashes, and see if they can make it into a full set against Elevate here. Obviously, Elevate a very strong team, but all of these players have played against Elevate before, and these guys are more than familiar with Aggro, who used to be their mid less than a week and a half ago. So it'll be interesting to see if they can exploit some weaknesses that they know Aggro has.
Yeah, looking right now to both of these teams, both of these comps have very strong setup potential in a team fight. Looking at the Ymir Poseidon, we're also going to see the Jing Chen, and Awelix is going to manage to jump up quite a bit. Who's that going to be good against, though, on Team Aware?
The Awelix is going to be primarily just for the knock-up and the Feather Step, and the knock-up with the Kraken as well. That's what they're hoping for with the Awelix right there. They don't have a whole lot of anyone to grab with the Awelix, so
it's all based off that setup.
Team comp.
Yeah,
because Kraken in the center, it knocks up all the gods. So with that, you compound that with the Awelix ultimate. It's a very strong combination, and gives follow up, so you don't have to get right into the center of things.
Yeah, and that could be something that is pretty hard to pull off, but with Team Elevate, they definitely have the coordination to do some shenanigans like that.
Right. They do. And these guys team fight so well. The interesting thing to note here is Puka moving back to the jungle. I don't know how much he's jungled since he made the switch to AD carry, but it was his original role. Hoppo swinging in, while El Chapo takes a little bit of a break for a while. Hoppo going to come back. He used to play with Elevate, actually. You guys probably remember that iteration of Elevate, which was also very strong, where Hoppo actually played carry with Echoes on the support role. Hoppo is playing with Gustavi, also known as Wiggles, here in this game.
Yeah, so we are going to see a pause come right off the bat. Hope these two teams don't have a technical difficulty. Hopefully they're just talking something out in comms right now. But what do you expect to see in this start? Do you expect to see Elevate try to get really aggressive against Team Aware, who hasn't been performing as well as they could?
The dual lane's going to be a bit of a wash, I think. Athena Medusa pushes really well, but you do have Ymir. I didn't see if Ymir started power pod or if he went with an active ability here for the clear. No, he went with boots. So we may not see the big push come out from that lane starting off here, but you might see the Athena Medusa outpush the Hui Ymir early on. And just look for that battle for level 5. If Hui and Ymir can get past that, they will have the advantage here in lane, because they will be able to burst down the Medusa, have the lockdown to keep them in the Hui ult as well. Yeah,
so Chalk. Why do you think they went with this Chalk? What were they trying to counter?
Because Shock is probably one of the top solo laners right now. I'm going to just go out there and say it. I mean, his wave clear is amazing. With the Bluestone, he just destroys waves. He can put a lot of pressure on the enemy the enemy player. The thing is, Shock is a good pick against his Jing Chen, okay? We've seen everyone having to opt to go with that Stone of Gaia to keep up the HP 5. The problem is, Shock has that heal built in. He doesn't need the HP 5 starting off there, and he'll be able to deal with Jing Chen throughout that laning phase very well. We'll see the Vanguard being picked up again by Jing Chen here. I guess that's a starting item of choice for him. Starting off there, I guess he doesn't need that wave clear innately starting off. I haven't played him too much to know yet, but that seems to be the scenario with him so far.
How do you think the new matches up with the Poseidon?
The Oh, you mean the Chang'e?
Oh, sorry. Yes, Chunga.
Yeah. Chung is matches up with Poseidon very nicely because she can really dodge a lot of his abilities with the jump and just gain back her mana, as well as she does have that sustain, and she's not going to be able to really out clear Poseidon starting off, as Chunga's clear isn't amazing, but she'll be able to heal up the minion wave and be able to continue to push on the on the mid lane there. She'll just have that ability to be annoying, I guess is the way to say it. But that level
Yeah.
5 ultimate that she has, the ability to lock down, you compound that with the Thor ultimate and his ability to deal damage, and that's where you're going to see the real combo come in there with the Chunga.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see how Aware is going to play this game, though. Just they have to be at least a little bit scared of Elevate, especially after losing 4 games in this Pro League. That's all they've done is lose.
This can make the Pro League a wash for Aware here if they don't pick up a game against one of the top teams right now. They did win a game that they probably should have had in their first match.
Yeah.
So with that being said, they kind of need to break out a win from a top team here to stay relevant and get themselves in the top 6 if that's their goal. Their team comp is good though. Okay, I mean you do have a silence broken there. You have the big CC from the Athena. You have the Medusa lockdown as well as the Thor global pressure with the Athena global pressure mixed in there as well. And Chonga's ability to heal everyone up in this healing meta, plus the anti healing that she has built into her kit. So she's they do have a great. I think they have a great comp honestly. I really do. And
Yeah.
this is one of the stronger comps I've seen come out of Aware.
Yeah, it's just they're kind of in the position though that it's kind of ride or die here. Not necessarily in this matchup, but as they get farther and farther into the Pro League, they haven't racked up any wins, and a team like XGN has pulled off quite a few. XGN starting to become a team to potentially look out for in the top 6.
The problem that XGN has right now, once they start going against these top tier teams like Elevate and Eager, is that they do have that loss on their record versus Onslaught, right? From
Correct.
the original XGN roster, and they have that tie. So that's something to consider as well when you're looking at XGN in the standings. I think that XGN is at a detriment for getting that loss to Onslaught early on their record. And obviously it wasn't them, it was the former XGN roster, or the original XGN roster, whatever you want to call them. But I think that might affect things a little bit as we go on.
Yeah, we're going to see the whole team elevate. They just managed to get the wards down and back. They're just going to drop the wards
you
down
see
as a
from them
team.
a lot, Rich. They like the 5-man rotate in and just ward deep on the speed camp.
When they're doing that, are they just trying to be defensive and make sure that they're not going to overextend, and while they're placing down the wards, potentially get attacked? Or is it more hoping that someone's out of position and they're actually going to be able to get aggressive?
They're thinking both ways. They're thinking, hey, if we're going to go for this nice aggressive ward early on, we know the way they start. We know if they're going to invade us, and we know that our guy isn't going to pick for running as a 5-man group. We can still get back into our buff camp, so why not? And if someone runs into them, they can pick them if someone's caught off. So
Yeah.
that's the whole point there. It's kind of a mix of both. The hope isn't for a pick. Obviously, that isn't their end goal. Their end goal is to get the ward in and to get intel on the enemy team. And what it does is it actually forced Aware to ward defensively on mid harpies and above their own blue camp instead of getting aggressive wards on Elevate early on.
Yeah, we're seeing a few of the top teams ward that way at the very beginning. We've seen Juice do it quite a bit as well.
Yeah, and Juice is the real one to watch when it comes to the ward game. They really change it up a lot and do some interesting stuff. They were one of those people that actually, when the whole AFK and Paradigm starts were coming out, they were actually starting off on mid camps. We're going to see an early battle here on the mids. Puka going to try and secure these with the Poseidon, and hard to tell if they got those or not, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think it might have been a trade. I think it does a 1-for-1 in the mid camps there.
Yeah, our XP difference and gold difference right now is within 100.
Negligible.
Yeah.
There we're going to see the taunt from Blackside up on the wave there, but the freeze from Ymir here in the dual lane. Hoppo putting some, just standing back there and just continuing to hit the minion wave, dealing with the clear from Cruxy and Blackside early on.
Yeah, clear looking really good right now for Team Elevate. And if Medusa loses a minion if starts to lose minions to towers, that could be really unfortunate.
I was talking about the clear from Chang'e earlier and how they're going to have to deal with that on the side of Elevate. And we're going to see that just was successful for Elevate to go and get those mid camps. They're able to push the wave back in. We're actually adopting to go back for back camps. So they are going to lose 220 XP there, plus a couple minions to wave.
Yeah, and that's definitely going to be something that adds up. Right off the bat, we are seeing Elevate look pretty strong.
Ozzy taking a little bit of damage here in the solo lane from Candyman. That shock pick is really devastating, to be completely honest. If there was something to counter the Jing Chen in lane, that would probably be the pick I'd make after looking at it and just analyzing it. It makes a lot of sense, just for the innate ability that shock has to heal.
Yeah, and we're definitely seeing that pull off a little bit. Ymir's inching up quite a bit here, definitely getting really aggressive. He does drop down his wall. Medusa's going to move back into the tower, and we see a nice shot from Hoppo. Does ricochet off the wall there before it hits Blackseye.
Yeah, that was a nice ricochet there by Hoppo. Those aren't easy to hit. Hoppo is good at that type of stuff, those skill shots. It's something he is known for. He was playing with Travesty at NOLA, for those who don't know, formerly with Elevate in their first iteration, so interested to see him back with the team.
Yeah, right now we're going to see another wall come down from Ymir, and Blackseye is getting a little bit low. We might see another shot here from Hoppo, but it looks like Blackseye is going to manage to charge out just in time.
Blackseye, the problem he's having is he's going in for the taunt, and he's getting the taunt, but he's not able to drag the enemy player back in behind his wave and letting them take creep damage as well. And what's ending up happening is he's taking some poke from Hoppo, as well as also taking damage from the enemy archers when he's stalled out in the Ymir freeze.
They're up a little bit far here right now. Chang'e looking to rotate in. She is going to connect with Ymir, and Medusa's going to try to lay in some damage here too, and it looks like Ymir's going to go down. Hoppo is trying to get back. It looks like he'll get back in time, but we're seeing Puka and Aggro rotate in, but it doesn't look like they'll be able to pick up a kill here. That was a very good rotation from Chang'e.
Hot four-man rotation there. Yubs, you kind of seen him just pounce back and forth behind the Golem Fury there for a while. We were kind of wondering what he was doing as Thor went back towards mid-camps. There's a three-man taunt, and the Medusa all combo. That is huge. Puka taking a lot of damage. One from Chang'e. There is the Poseidon ultimate to counter. Aggro just going to delete Blackseye off the map there.
Yeah, that Kraken really did move it back into the favor, that fight back into favor. Oh, but Aggro does get polished off after that. He can't escape quick enough, and it really does look like Aware is going to get an early advantage with these kills.
Yubs just with that, he just knew the range on his one so well there, and just able to get in there and just make sure he stood on the edge of tower and just pick the kill there. That was excellent.
Yeah, Medusa doing so much damage in that team fight, but still does not... Oh, now just going to surpass the damage that Chalk has managed to do. Chalk is doing work in that lane right now.
Great rotation by Aware there, man. Like really,
yeah,
I can't say it enough. That was an excellent rotation there. Good engagement for Aware to come out there with the 2 kills.
Yeah, and that's the kind of play that we're going to need to see from them if they have any chance against this Elevate team, because that's the type of thing that you would expect from Elevate. Elevate tends to be very good at those team fights. They're going to manage to bully that mid-Harpy camp. All of them coming through, taking it very easily. That is going to leave Ho Yi in lane by himself, though, to farm up a little bit, but he's going to move back right now, pick up this attack speed buff, and the other mid-Harpy camp is going to go down for Team Elevate.
They're going to trade those off there. The interesting thing to note is that Elevate did have control of the lefts, so good job by Aware to get up there with 3 men. They had to have a 3-man split on the XP there on the mid camps, but they did secure that timer, so timers are a wash right now. Those are even back out. With the kill, we're going to see things really even out. Rich, 83 experience in favor of Elevate only now.
Yeah, this is very, very even game, but we are seeing Aware look really strong. They're definitely not scared of Elevate. That was the thing I was worried about coming into this match, that they might just not feel themselves enough. They might not be able to play the game the way that they need to play, but they're looking strong. They're looking like a top-tier team.
They are, and this is what I was telling you. Aware is one of those teams, like I said, I mean, they get hot and cold in picks and bans, and this was a hot pick for them. You know, Elevate's team comp is strong, and you'll see that come online a little bit more towards the 10-minute mark. You'll see Elevate really trying to hit their stride with the ability to roam and with their setup, so what they're looking for the team fight. So look for that. Elevate is a team that can come on cold and come out very strong near the mid-game.
Yeah, this win is obviously very important. Oh, we are going to see, once again, Athena drop that taunt, and Medusa try to do some damage off of it, but we are going to see Hoppo jump away quick enough.
Hoppo has a lot of experience with these types of matchups, and he'll be able to continue just to get in there and just disengage. He knows how to time things. He is an experienced AD carry. He is not a detriment to this team by any means. El Chapo being out, all that does is the familiarity with the calls that they have. Look at Ymir.
Yeah, Ymir right now definitely in a weird
place. In a little bit of trouble here
back.
now. Oppo taking a little bit of damage from Cruxy. Cruxy trying to outbox him there as he pushes the wave under tower.
Yeah, Hoppo wants to make sure he gets all of this experience right now, and we are going to see some minions take some damage from the towers, but he does the best he can there.
Athena ulting in there as a safety to try and get to the mid lane to help contest the wave here at the very least, as there's a 3-man dancing match here. Is the taunt under tower and Gustafi not going to take any tower damage, but there is the Kraken with the Frost Breath, and here we go, Ymir of Gagro going to pick up that kill. Thor comes in, he's going to pick up with Yubs and T-Small, going to pick up Gustavi and Puka there. That was a good turn for Aware again.
There is that setup potential, though, that we were talking about with Elevate. We did see that wall go down, and then we saw a stun go down, nice Frost Breath, and then the Kraken popped right off and clamped its jaws down. But Thor, with a really good read, dunked in, spun to win, and took down Ymir.
Yeah, good job by Thor there. We kind of seen him back up to the back camps there, wonder where he was and all that, but was just waiting for the tower dive to come in on.
Yeah,
so
this boxing match still going on. It just absolutely insane boxing match. Chalk just putting in so much damage. 4,300 damage at the 8-minute mark.
That matchup's a little bit disgusting, and I think that's the thing. If you're going to draw with Xingqian, that's where you do it with the shock. Like I said earlier, he has that wave clear, and you just look at him, he just swoops on up. Here's a rotation on Cruxy, though. Cruxy just going to back it on out. Yeah,
Medusa does manage to pop the B off there and just miss, or narrowly escape Gustavi's Frost Breath.
Just narrowly. That's the strength of Ymir on Xbox. Very hard to dodge that. But in the same breath, it's very hard to dodge the Medusa ultimate as well. So, two strong CC champions for sure on this version of Smite.
Yeah, Ymir just looks so good. Ymir's been looking really good, and Ymir right here is going to look to get a little bit aggressive on Cruxy potentially, but instead is going to opt into clearing these waves, and Athena is moving back into the duo lane right now, but on the way, going to take out a ward.
Yeah, Athena actually farming well here when she's doing her rotations with those ports. She is actually getting up into the lane and leeching some farm before leaving these situations. Try not to triple split too much. Oh, I fast forwarded a little bit here.
I didn't even know you could fast forward.
No, it just did itself. What timestamp are you at?
I am at 9 minutes. And
I'm at 9:07?
I'm at 9:09 now.
Okay, yeah, me too. I don't know what happened there.
All right, cool. Yeah, our spectator client, definitely not the best. Definitely not the best, but it's getting there.
Yeah, interesting for sure.
Yeah.
Some interesting things happen with the spectator client, no doubt.
Xingqian managed to push up a little bit there, but still, this boxing match is just going to be going on the entire game.
Yeah, he's going to have to spec right into some defensive items here early. We've seen a lot of Xingqians get into the pen brutes early because they're able just to outmuscle the enemy solo laner with the HP 5 there. They're just able to sustain the lane so well. And he's actually going to opt to get some defense here against the Shock, because Shock does a lot of damage early.
Yeah, Cruxy and Hoppo exchanged a few hits there, but nothing too big came out of it. We are going to see a few people rotate back into the mid lane right now. Could we see Poseidon potentially try to get aggressive, but Athena's going to back off, and they're just going to kind of try to push their minions back up a little bit farther in the mid lane before they go back.
That's for sure. You're starting to see Yubs' lane clear come on now. Chang'e does have a very good lane clear once she gets some damage online. He has those cooldown boots. He did that typical build, and this is something we didn't catch. And you'll find this interesting, Rich. You start off with Vamp Shroud, you don't buy anything else on Chang'e, and you actually go and you pick up the other starting item, the Soul Shard as well, right? You pick that up with her bunny goes back to the store. So you start off with 2 starter items.
And then you can just have the bunny go back and... Oh, that is definitely strong. I can see why, and it looks like it's paying off. KDA 202.
Yeah, a lot of gold and Yubs as well. 5,313. Frostbreath's going to miss from Gustavi. Overshot that just a little bit. But the Ymir ult's going to come down here just to block off the enemy team from each other. There's the Berserker's Barrage from T-Small. And the Kraken going to go down. However, for this engagement, Black's not going to pick up a kill. Thor going to go up and get out of that engagement and come back down with the stun.
Thor looking so strong, and now Puka is going to pick off Black's Eye, and Yubs is going to pick off Puka in return. But there we go, Thor dropping down the wall. Goodbye, Hoppo. Thor is just looking so terrifying right now, setting up most of those kills.
Yeah, I tell you now, Yubs is laughing at that. Former teammates, very good friends, Yubs and Hoppo, and I can tell you he's laughing at Hoppo right now.
Yeah, and
Puka's might have seen a disconnect on him there. And unfortunate for Hoppo, but I can tell you, Nick is laughing his head off right now.
Yeah, now Thor's actually going to take the lead on player damage after that. That's the second time we saw him take out that Ymir. Looking at his KDA right now, 4-0-4. Going to hit level 12 right now. starting to look like Aware might be taking a bit of a lead, but when we look at the graphs, they are only 2,550 XP ahead, and the gold difference is only at 1,600. So not in the realm of anything too crazy or too big of a lead, but it's starting to look pretty good for them. They're definitely showing how serious of a team they are.
Yeah, they are for sure. They're showing that they can compete with the big boys, and that's the thing. Where, like I said, I mean, they're on and off when it comes to that stuff, right? They have hot team comps, they have cold team comps, but they are a strong team when they are on their game for sure.
Yeah, so what happens, though, in the next game if they don't manage to get a team comp as strong as this? Do you think that their individual player skills and just their team skill is going to be high enough to take down Eager potentially twice?
I think it is. They have enough mechanical skill there. It's just a matter of dealing with Eager's ability to fight as a team and their shot calling. And you have to think that maybe that's taken a little bit of a hit with El Chapo, just finding his way out of the lineup temporarily. So, that's something to definitely look at. I think that's a factor. Is El Chapo does do a lot of their calls with Puka, so that's definitely a loss for them, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. And this match is incredibly important for both these teams. Like we said, Aware needs to try to get back into this tournament. They need to try to get back into this league, already 4 losses down. And Team Elevate really isn't in a position to give up any losses to Aware. When we look at the top teams, first of all, Team Elevate and Juice, they've only played each other so far in this league, and they split. And moving forward, I was talking to Transonics, one of the biggest things is, okay, let's say you move in and you split on all the big teams, right? Let's say Elevate and Juice split on all the big teams. The thing that really comes down to is what teams do you lose to? What teams do you manage to give games to? And if Elevate can't 2-0 Aware, it puts them in a bad position because someone like Juice probably should be able to 2-0 Aware. And right now we're going to see Aware go in on the Gold Fury.
They are, but we have Jingchen and Huyi moving in. They're going to get that Gold Fury. We're not going to see the turn. Aussie going to make the rotation all the way over. And not going to be quite enough to try and secure that Gold Fury in Aware. Just starting to take the gold lead here with almost 3,000.
Yeah, they're up over 3,000 now. They're at about 3,700. Definitely starting to look good for them. Moving over to Ymir, though. Ymir actually going to just clear up this wave. He's only in lane right now with Medusa. He's going to move out, though, and it does look like we're getting somewhat of a rotation. They're moving in on the attack speed camp. Let's see if they try to make anything aggressive out of this play, though. No, Puka and Ymir just going to move off, and they're going to let Hoppo go back to lane.
Yeah, Hoppo is just going to go back to lane, try and farm up here now, as that was an unfortunate turn for him. He's going to try and just farm up and get ahead that way. He doesn't want a team fight for a little while, as that actually put a kill into the... oh, no, not into the enemy carry, sorry, but it just put him at a disadvantage in regards to the build he was going with. He was just looking for that soul eater early on, not going for a stacking item. So that time on
Thor once again separating this team just a little bit, and Ymir's caught off guard. Thor's going to spin in, do quite a bit of damage, but Gustavi's going to drop down that wall defensively. We are going to see a little bit of a blink come in from T-Small, and that might be enough to push Gustavi down, and it is. And then we're going to see Uzi going to come in with the spin, but Thor once again just pounding in damage and pounding in damage. Puka up, running away on this Panther. But Thor, once again, with the stun, they're putting on so much pressure right now. They are looking very strong.
I mean, good combo by Puka and Ozzy there to get in there, just combining the Jing Chen ult with the Willick steroid to go and grab one of the players there. But the issue comes down to the fact with the global pressure on the side of Aware, in that engagement, that could have turned very bad for him. Ozzy in a lot of trouble there. There's the wall across. He's going to jump on over the wall. That's the strength of Jing Chen right there. And good play by Ozzy with the patience there, knowing the mechanics of the character to be able to jump over.
Yeah, Ozzy does manage to get the poke off on Blackside and waste a little bit of its time on the recall. Blackside now going to opt in to not going back. Tries to push in a little bit of damage on Ozzy, and that harass does bring him down to about half health. But Candyman and Blackside are going to move to the safety of their tower. Blackside's going to recall just fine.
Here we go. We're going to see the wave being pushed in here as Shanghai and Medusa continue to secure those maid camps there. They've been securing those timers expertly on the side of Aware there. Yubs trying to chase Huyi out of the jungle as Ymir and Poseidon make the rotations in, looking to see if they can steal any buff camps here. They're not going to find anything, going to back it on out.
Yeah, we did see a little bit of counter jungling come in for Aware, and that might come to bite him in the butt. Oh, here we go.
Off those beads. Poseidon not going to hit anyone as Blackside with a 3-man taunt. Look for Cruxy to come in here, going to look for an ultimate as he puts the Viper shot on top of Blackside.
Chunga did pop beads there, and that might come back to be dangerous because now they know they can initiate on another team fight. Looking right now at ultimates, We do see that Aware has every ultimate up except for Thor's, and now they're going to see another team fight. Oh, this is looking dangerous for Gustavi. He's going to go down, and then Yubs is going to get that kill. Aggro very low. Candyman going to finish that up very easily, and now it's Thor versus Yubs against Hoppo.
Mjolnir's. There's the Athena ult with the Mjolnir's going to chase Hop out from tower. There's Yubs going to finish that off with his 1-3 combo there from Chang'e that we know her so well for.
This tower's going down. This tower's going down. This is really, really scary for Elevate. They have actually started to fall into the range of being behind. XP difference coming in at 6,389. Gold difference coming in at 3,766.
Yeah, starting to spiral out of control for Elevate here, and you have to think that they're looking at game 2 right now and saying, we need to pull this out. We don't even want to split this with Aware right now. We weren't expecting this. So, unfortunate turn here so far for Elevate in this game, but they do have room and time to rebound here. As they do have good team fight potential and a lot of lockdown with the Kraken. They need to get a little bit hotter on those as well, making sure they land those in the team fights. And if they can't land them, you need to just back it up and save it for the next one.
Yeah, it really kind of comes down to, I mean, it does look like we are going to see Aware approach late game earlier, though. When we're looking at the levels, though, the level difference isn't too crazy. A lot of the level discrepancies actually coming down to Chaac. Chaac is really big, Thor is really big, and Chang'e is really big.
Here we see Gustafi with the Frost Press on. T-Small Beads are going to be popped here. Blackside moving in with the 3-man top, but he has no one there to follow up with him, and if wall is up, Blackside has to be careful. He's caught in the pool and the Emerald. Blackside likely to go down here. He is really low. Going to get caught on Gustafi there on the escape as Ozzy moves in from the back with the ultimate. Going to get 2 of them. Blackside still alive here. Puka's actually going to fall first. Proxy with the ultimate under tower. Kraken finally going to go down to secure the kill on.
Yeah, this is crazy. A really nice stun is going to catch Ozzy, and now Ozzy has to battle with Candyman, and Candyman is just very big and scary. Cruxy going to try to move in here and to keep this going, but Ozzy does manage to move out. So many players going down here. Hoppo going to try to get as much experience as he can. Ozzy backing him up. This is big for Chaac right now too. He's going to try to clear this minion wave as fast as he can and try to push up a little bit farther before Ozzy actually gets back.
Yeah, that's the strength of Chalk. You just need to keep pushing the waves in the tower here. He's going to walk up, try and put a couple little smashes on this tower here, just continuing to try and catch up here in terms of tower damages. He's rotated a couple times now where Jing Chen has been able to get on top of his tower, push waves in and do some damage. Yeah,
Chalk does manage to bring that tower down to around 75% without taking any damage. He's completely healthy, has all of his mana, and now he's hanging out around Ozzy. He could start to box a little bit here. We are going to see Thor move in right now, right around the Gold Fury, and this Thor is very scary. Tia Small just really looking good.
This is all a battle of wards here. We're going to see 2 wards being taken down by Aware from Elevate. So I mean, that's big right there. They're going to have to go back to if they want to keep Gold Fury control in terms of the ward coverage.
We might see a little bit of a fight go down, though, around Hoppo, but it looks like they are definitely going to play it safe. Hoppo's going to move back.
Hoppo definitely been a victim of circumstance this game, and as well as Elevate. I mean, I can't say... When you disconnect on a mid-Harpies fight like that, where all 5 men of the other team are around, that's what turned the Gold Fury, because even though Hoppo had respawned, he had to walk all the way back up, so you have to think that that's played a little bit of role here. As we see the big rotation here, Frostbrite's going to come down from Gustafi, 3 men. The wall coming out from Thor as well, with the Hu Yi ult and the Emerald to try and secure that objective. T-Small going to pick up the kill on Agros. Hoppo trying to box his way out of this fight.
Blue team gets the Gold Fury. We do see Elevate take that Gold Fury. The fight definitely not over yet, too.
That's what Elevate needed right there. And you have to think that Fate was on their side there. They lost it before due to the disconnect, and they're going to pick it up this time. As we see the chase going down, and Ozzy going to jump on out of that situation as the wall hits on top of Jing Chen. Here is the Berserker's Barrage on top of Ozzy as well.
So they did lose Puka there. They lost a little bit for that Gold Fury. Do you think it was worth it, though, in the long run?
I mean, just looking at it from the charts, it was worth it. Not by much, but it was worth it.
Yeah, gold difference.
Global objective now.
Yeah, gold difference right now at 2,600, but this experience difference is still very relevant.
Yeah, it's steep right now, and you're going to see a lot of that is going to be harbored in the middle lane, where Chang'e has a 2-level difference, as well as the jungle, where that's a 3-level difference on T-Small over Puka.
Yeah, and they managed to take down that tower pretty easily. We do see Uzi and Poseidon and Ymir coming there to contest it, but just not really quick enough. Hoppo putting a little bit of pressure on Athena, but nothing too scary. Moving back over to Ymir, though, he does get the stun off on Candyman. It's pushing in a little bit of damage, drops an early wall, which might come back to bite him. Yeah, that's going to let Candyman get away. That wall was a little too soon and not in a great place. Candyman, though, really not scared, even though there are 4 members of Team Elevate right here.
And if I was Candyman, I wouldn't be either. I mean, I'm level 17. I have a Stone of Gaia. You have 3 magic dealers there in that lane. Plus, he has his heal built in with Shock and the HP 5 on the Stone of Gaia as well. So he's looking pretty good right now. He has that early magic resist and his ability just to clear waves. So he can easily maintain himself on our tower.
Yeah, moving back over to Hou-Yi. Is he trying to pick up an invade here? No, he's just going to move through. He's going to look, see what the other team is doing, and then he's going to pick up the damage camp right now with Poseidon. Oh, nope, he's just going to keep walking. He's going to go back to lane. Poseidon's going to take it by himself.
Hoppo likely just checking to see if make cancers there, see if he can sneak those out and finally get that timer. No, unfortunately, he ran into the other team there, but that was his goal.
Yeah, right now, though, Aware looking as strong as you said they could look.
Yeah, they're looking pretty strong. Here comes the Jing Chen ultimate. Athena in as well, but T-Small going to pick up that kill. That's 3 men on the solo side of the map. Hoppo going to look to maybe box Cruxy here while this is happening. Cruxy going to back it on off, make sure he doesn't get rotated on.
While this is happening now, this tier 2 tower is, this tier 1 tower is going to go down. And they're just going to keep pushing. Now we're going to see a Wheelix come in with Ymir and with Poseidon, but Poseidon's caught a little bit out.
Ymir ult going to go down. They're going to see the Mjolnirs out of that Ymir ult as well. Wall going down to separate the enemy team. Here is Puka with the pull on top of Yubs. Yubs just going to dance on out of that one. Like the tango dancer he is, Gustafi making his way, trying to get to tower, but he's going to be blocked off as well by the wall. He is likely to go down. Candyman going to pick up that kill.
These Thor walls have done so much work for Aware Gaming. They managed to get Ymir stuck up against that, and they managed to finish him off, and now we're going to see a stun kit come in on aggro, and he goes down before the Kraken even goes off.
Oh, they went Phoenix deep that time, and T-Small going to get that kill again. He has been absolutely dominant this game. Yubs and T-Small just running the train on Elevate this game. I just said Elevate. It's getting late.
Yeah, we also did just see a tier 2 tower go down. No one was able to get there in time, and they're pushing in on another tier 2.
That'll be huge. If they can manage another global objective out of this.
Oh, Aware wants the team fight too. They're moving in on Puka and Hoppo. Hoppo might get away in time, but the tower's already down. They have momentum right now. 22 kills versus 7, 23 minutes on the board.
I'm going to give you an unheralded hero for the game here, and it's been Cruxy. Cruxy's positioning in these team fights, he's been just quarterbacking from the back line from his teams, laying those ultimates down perfectly. 7 assists on him for the night right now, and he's been farming expertly. He has 10,594 gold thus far with only 1 kill. Here we go, big team fight. Hou-Yi ultimate down. Candyman going to fall. Blackside in a lot of trouble right now as he has 3 men on top of him. Jing Chang going to be there with the body block. Blackside going to fall.
There's that setup potential. That's the first time we've really seen it pay off in a big way. We do see the Ymir wall, and that allows all the suns to come down and connect on both of those gods, pushing in so much damage, causing them both to fall, and that allows them to pick up enough momentum to take down a tower.
This is not the type of turn that you give Elevate, ever. You don't give them a 2-man pick when you're up on them, or a tower.
Yeah, you know, now they're checking to see if Gold Fury's up. They want to just keep this momentum going. That pick was big. We're seeing the Gold Fury come flying in. It's going to drop down any second now, and they are there to take it. It is going to be contested, though, potentially by Thor. Xing Chen going to try to keep them off of the Gold Fury as long as he can, and he's doing a very good job. Chang'e and Thor both pushing in, but the Gold Fury, it's already down. And Uzi's might manage to keep his life in this scenario, but the Kraken is going to come down, do quite a bit of damage. Thor is spinning around as fast as he can. Medusa with the Petrify. We see T-Small go down. We see Hoppo go down. There are quite a few kills in that. But
quite a few kills. We're going to see Athena all come out here as well. Gustafi in a lot of trouble if Athena can get the dash taunt online. And she is going. There's the taunt, as we said. She is going to start to put the damage on top of Gustafi. There is the shock ultimate as well to try and secure that kill. Gustafi wasting a lot of time, however, on that death as we see the turn for Fire Giant.
You got to feel really bad right now. You just lost the Gold Fury and pretty much just gave the Fire Giant to the other team. Here it goes. They're going to push right in, and no one really here to contest quick enough. We are going to see Poseidon moving back in.
Puka making the rotation with Poseidon. No Kraken on board, though. Puka doesn't have an ult either, as she's going to be easily zoned as he goes in for the pounce and steam, and red team going to secure that. Gold Fury aware. Has to feel good there. Puka trying for the steal. He is likely to go down here as well. Cruxy able to get a hold of Puka there on that dash and just keep him in place for the kill.
I'm going to take the mana camp right now. Not going to be able to get Poseidon on the way. Everyone just going to get their buffs from the counter jungle. Right now, they might be looking to do something big. They are going to go back. They have quite a bit of gold in hand as well, so we might see some items come online right now.
Yeah, it's a... We'll see full item build nearing, at least, for the Thor and for Yubs. Yubs just going to go back now. He's going to finish off a Spirit Magus and possibly build into... What's he got here now? He has a Book of Thoth and a Chronos Pendant. So after that, he'll probably look to deal in some more magic damage, maybe an early Rod to Hootie, maybe what he's aiming for.
Yeah, so those builds are coming online, but that was such a big turning point for Aware. I mean, we did see Elevate kind of start to come back. We thought that they were going to get a really big play after they got that double pick, but Aware is just like, we are still here, and they managed to avoid losing the Gold Fury and get the Fire Giant, and this game's looking really scary right now for Elevate.
This game is starting to look like it's falling out of favor for Elevate here. They are throwing some good flashes for brilliance here, but the issue comes down to the fact that maybe they shouldn't have tried for that Fire Giant. I think that may have actually put them more far behind than they actually were, right? I think that was the big issue there.
Yeah, and now we're gonna see the last tower that Elevate had go down, and it's Phoenix time.
And here we go, so the Blink Taunt coming out from Athena. Hoppo going to be caught in that one, but he's going to move on up as the damage is going down on the Phoenix. Gustafi moving ahead to put the Ymir ult down to zone the enemy team from damaging the Phoenix, and it's worked so far. As we see Thor ulting on the backline, Berserker's barrage as well. Hoppo going to pick up the kill on Candyman. This is not turning out the way it needed to for Aware. Thor should have had the kill in the backline. He's not going to get it. He's going to move in and get knocked up by Elevate.
Thor pushing in more and more damage. The Phoenix has already fallen. Right now, we're going to see Ymir go down easily, then Puka, then Uzi. That is absolutely huge for Aware. This could be game. I'm seeing a GG come in right now. They're pushing in. The Titan is already at 70, 60.
Four-man Kraken T-Small in a lot of trouble. Mjolnir's going to come out there. Black's Eye so low as well. Yub's going to try and heal out through the Chaos Titan, but it's not going to be enough. Hoppo chasing Cruxy and Yubs right now. Hoppo wanting his own triple kill to flash in Cruxy's face after that engagement.
The Kraken just saved their life. We're going to see the red team incredibly unhealthy right now, pushing into the attack speed camp, getting ready to go back. On their way back, though, they might be able to take this Gold Fury. They don't think that Hoppo or Poseidon are going to be able to make it to them in time. They just want to make sure that the other team doesn't get the Gold Fury. They want to keep this lead, so when they get back and push in more Phoenixes, they're going to get them down.
Gets to stay in here, so they'll be able to take this nice and easy.
Yeah. And now we're going to see them go back. They still do have the Fire Giant buff as well, and now they have their Fire Minions coming down the duo lane.
Yeah, Fire Minions are going to continue to push on the dual lane. As we said before, most valuable Phoenix on the map, Rich, and that is huge to get that Phoenix down over even a solo lane Phoenix or mid Phoenix. That's big. And all other Phoenixes are open for the taking for Aware right now if they can group and just get a push going.
Elevate definitely not in a good spot either right now. They're going to try to fight these Fire Minions, but at the end of the day, there really isn't much left in the jungle to take down to try to get your farm on. You need to turtle up right now and really hope that Aware Gaming messes up in the team fight and you can get them off the map for a little bit so you can push into their towers.
You can't help but feel good for the underdogs here in Aware. They're just they come out here with a strong game after having a little bit of a rough go of it last night. Against a big team like Elevate, even if they get the split here, you have to take that as a win for Aware. They put together 2 new players on their roster, and that's not easy. Building the chemistry up again. This is a team that had no roster changes as far back as I can remember my involvement in the scene. So, good job by them so far. Yeah,
and it's not like they managed to scrape out a win. They have been dominant this game. They have been controlling the tempo. They have been controlling the plays. They look very strong right now.
And you have to think, like, how much does that fall on the fact that El Chapo's not playing right now? You know, that probably has a lot to do with it on the side of Elevate. I have no doubt about that when you change. The same thing goes for Aware, changing up members on their team as well as on Elevate.
Do we know how long El Chapo is going to be out for?
I'm not sure. I think that's undetermined right now. I think we'll learn more about that in the next week or two.
Yeah, and that one actually, that has to do with high res. I could usually just ask Ref, but I haven't actually talked to high res about it. I'll send them a little ping and try to figure that out before our next matchup. We are going to see Uzi move in on Blackseye right now, and Blackseye is pretty built.
Yeah, look at Uzi just up here. He's just chunking damage on top of Blackside. Not taking any damage of his own as Fire Giant is started up here. Look for Elevate to time this appropriately. Fire Giant at half health here now. It may be in Aware's best interest to get off of that FG. There's the wall to separate it. However, as Hoppo makes the move in, putting damage on Yubs. Yubs taking a lot of damage as the Hui ult is on the Fire Giant, but it's not enough. Gustafi going to pick up Blackside. However, as he was zoning, Jing Channel also going down now.
Right now, they got the Fire Giant only for the cost of one member on their team, but the fight is still raging on. Uzi looking pretty unhealthy in it. We will have to see, though. Here comes the Kraken. Doesn't manage to take anyone down, no. But we are going to see Thor manage to put in a bunch of damage. Uzi does fall, and now the Candyman falls to Hotbo. That was a pretty convincing trade.
Here we go, Thor on the back line on top of Hoppo right now. They're going to look for that pick as Cruxy's going to pick up another kill. Yubs as well. Gustafi in on the back there. He's going to secure the kill on Yubs, and that's a big one because Yubs has been absolutely dominant in these team fights and has been putting a lot of control on the side of Aware. And that team fight, you might even chalk up as a win for Elevate if nothing goes down here.
Yeah, you could say that it was an absolute bloodbath. So many people did go down, but now we do still have Thor and Cruxy up, and they might be able to push in this Phoenix, and if they do, it's definitely a win for Aware.
Oh, definitely a win for Aware if they can push up here. They're going to rotate in for the Chaos Titan right now. Athena ult's going to come out as well as she's going to come up, and they're likely to win the game.
I thought they should go for Phoenix, and they go for Titan, and it is GG. The first game is going to go to Aware. What an upset, and what a strong showing by this team.
Yeah, strong showing by Aware. They have to feel good about themselves. They're at least going to get the split out of this one, and that's great.
So we do have one more game in this matchup tonight. What does Elevate have to do to come back and actually assert their dominance?
Elevate just needs to get their game together a little bit. They need to make sure that if they have global pressure champions coming out, like gods, like Athena and Thor, on the map, they need to make sure that they're matching that with more global pressure or at least roaming pressure. Willick should have been able to do that with her roam, with her mount, right? She should have been able to traverse the map quick to be able to match that pressure, but it just didn't happen for them because you weren't just matching up with Thor, you were matching up with Athena as well, and a Willick just isn't enough. Maybe a Giannis, I don't know if that was banned out in picks and bans or not, but maybe that would have helped them out.
Yeah, and now really this is gonna put them in a very good spot. Now that they have this win, Aware Gaming does look stronger in the division standings, but Elevate is definitely going to be hungry to take this win when we get back from this quick commercial break. We will have to see who's going to take the second game. We'll see you soon.